by Crafts. I'm going to tilt you guys just a little bit more so you can get a better view of what's going on here. Sorry. Wicked sorry. There we go. Okay, that's better. Alright, so today we are doing our round 2 of screen printing. If you were here last week and you joined us, we did screen printing using a pitcher and acetone or acetone nail polish. And all we did was lay the image upside down and lather it with acetone with a paintbrush, and ta-da, it came out on our t-shirt. So today we are trying round 2 of screen printing. And for this version of screen printing, once again, you will need a photo. So in this case, I have a photo of Echo, who is being camera shy at the moment. He's MIA. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this photo. We are going to take saran wrap or plastic wrap of some sort and parchment paper. And lastly, an iron. And we are going to take this image and put it on the t-shirt. So without further ado, if you have your image, you have your saran wrap, you have your parchment paper and your iron, we're gonna go for it. So I'm gonna just cut off the white part of my image because I just want the image of Echo. So if you have excess paper on your image, I highly suggest you cut it off, because this whole sheet is what's going to end up on your t-shirt. And if you have parts of it you don't want on your t-shirt, simply just cut it off. So I'm going to go right ahead and do that. I will tell you that the acetone t-shirt I did last week is still standing up to the wash. It has faded a little bit, but that's to be expected. We did it with acetone and printer paper. So for this version, instead of flipping it upside down like we did last week with the acetone, we are going to leave it right side up. We are going to take the saran wrap, I'm going to put this off to the side, and I'm going to cut a piece of saran wrap that is approximately the same size as my t-shirt. And I'm going to make sure it's not wrinkled. I'm going to put my image face down, and I'm going to cut another piece and put this over the top of the image. So my image or my printer paper is completely sandwiched between my 2 pieces of saran wrap. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to trim some of that excess off. It's wise to leave a little excess, and I'll show you why. I have the worst scissors on the planet, but that's okay. So you're going to cut off all this excess. You don't need it. Cut off this on the top. Ooh. And then, let's see here. So once you have a majority of the excess, don't worry about being perfect. It's okay if you have a little excess on either side, because all you're going to do is just fold it backwards. Like this. Like this. And like this, and then flatten it out to the best of your ability. You don't want it wrinkly. So ta-da! I have my awesome image of my really cute dog who is turning 9, maybe? He's getting up there in age. So this is my birthday t-shirt. We'll throw an Echo dog party, and this is the t-shirt I'm gonna wear. So you're going to place your image face up, nice and flat. Make sure that wrap is behind it. Then you're going to take your parchment paper and go ahead and put the parchment paper over the image. That way when you put your iron on your image, you're not getting it stuck with plastic wrap. That'd be really gross. So you want to put your iron on the highest setting possible. For mine, it's cotton. For yours, it's probably cotton or the number 10, whatever the highest setting you can get. And then you're just going to go to town and iron this. And you want to be really good with the edges. Make sure you do the edges a couple of times. Go ahead and go over it nice and flat. Let it stick there. And do the edges really well so it stays. Alright, so you might go over it a couple of times. You might leave it here for a second. Contemplate whether or not you're going to burn your t-shirt. You're not. It's okay. 10, 15 seconds, long enough to hear me motor mouth. And then move it on to another edge. And then what you can do is you can peel the parchment paper back a little bit just to see if it's working. And move on. Peel the corner back a little, make sure it worked. And then go ahead and just do this for a couple of minutes just to make sure it stays on. And again, I'm just going to leave the iron there. Make sure this is sticking pretty well. And I'm going to do it again. I will tell you this works really well with little images. This is kind of a giant picture of my dog. So the smaller the printout that you're doing, the easier it tends to be. I'm going to go ahead, just do this back and forth a couple of times, make sure it's really, really stuck. And I think we're pretty good here. And then just to like quadruple check to make sure that this is really, really stuck, you can flip it over. And then I'm just going to do it on the parchment paper so I don't stick to the table just in case. So flip it over and then iron it one more time. And that's just going to ensure that it's really, really stuck on there. And when you are done, you're going to hold it up and ta-da! Pretty cool, right? You just totally created a picture on your t-shirt from a picture that you printed. So cool! So this is it right here. It is pretty well stuck on there. And you can do this with anything that you print. So the cool thing about this is it's super easy. The not so cool thing about this is it is not permanent. Even if you turn your shirt inside out and wash it, odds are it's gonna flake, it's gonna crack, it's gonna crumble. But what this is really good for is if you're having a birthday party and you want a gag gift, super fun. If you are going to a party and you want to be the funny person at the party and you want to put a picture of your dad, brother, sister, cousin, mother in their goofiest face ever and then arrive to the party, you would be the show of the party and you would make them laugh like no tomorrow. And then what happens is you can either discard this shirt or wash it until it comes off and you have a brand new shirt all over again. Things to note. 1, it's not permanent. 2, not all plastic wrap is created equal. So if it doesn't work with the plastic wrap you have at home, the saran wrap, this cheap stuff you can get at Walmart, definitely works. Why others don't, I have no idea. Maybe different plastic numbers, not sure. So if it fails for you, like it did for me a couple of times, it's not you, it's the plastic wrap. So just try a different brand. So next week, we are gonna try our 3rd trial of screen printing. And these are the things you're gonna need. Oddly enough, you're gonna need pantyhose. I know, weird. Pantyhose, a embroidery hoop of any size that you want, dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and ideally, the easiest way to do next week's screen printing is to print out some words, specifically some bubble lettered words, and I will show you guys next week how to make a more permanent, actually an almost entirely permanent screen printing on a t-shirt. So it'll be our 3rd trial, and as we progress, it gets more and more permanent. So, again, this is my t-shirt. It's ready to wear, and I hope to see you guys all next week. Just a reminder, things you'll need: embroidery hoop, dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and pantyhose. Doesn't have to be new pantyhose, can be old ones that are shredded, falling apart, whatever. So until then, I will see you all next week.